But for now, let's get to the video review. Today, I'm gonna be reviewing this guy here. Now, this guy showed up while I was gone at my 2 weeks training. I had my wife go pick him up, but I had him paid off. I got it from GameStop. I paid $72, $73, $75, something like that with tax. And I'm really glad I was able to get my hands on this guy, because as soon as she told me that she picked it up, I looked online to see what the prices were, and it's probably doubled, if not tripled by now. But let's get it out and get on to the review. And here we have the SH Figuarts Legendary Super Saiyan Broly from the new Dragon Ball Super movie, Dragon Ball Super Broly. You guys pretty much already know that. I believe I didn't say it in the beginning though. SH Figuarts Legendary Super Saiyan Broly. But it's a really nice figure. I like it. He's big, he's chunky. I'll show him off with another figure here before the end of the review. And I haven't done a whole lot with it. It's been sitting in the package. I decided to go ahead and open it and do some quick reviews, because I'm getting ready to go away for another 2 months for some more training. So I wanted to get some reviews that I can either get sent out before I leave, or at least get done while I'm gone and possibly get uploaded while I'm gone. But as you can see, here he is. Gotta redo my lighting. Got a little bit too much shadow on the head, but as you can see, it's a nice little face sculpt. I'm looking all mean and stuff. Scar. The paint work and the shading on this is done really, really well. My lights are pretty bright where they're at right now, but as you can see, like the scar is shaded pretty nice. The back is where I noticed most of it. Probably doesn't come through in the lighting, but he's pretty tan, and you can see right here in these areas the shading to accentuate the muscle definition and some of the tone. And from what I've been noticing so far, which this is in the instructions, the instructions that you get with him shows a few areas where paint chip or paint rubbing will happen. Be these areas here, so areas around the neck, the face, the areas around the edges of the skirt. But just for moving the shoulder around a little bit, as you can see, I have some rubbing already happening. And that was just from testing out the movement of the shoulder to see how it moves. So I had this guy open for 5 minutes, and I already got some rubbage going on. I don't think got a little bit there. Not as much as the left shoulder, but starting to get a little bit of rubbage. So if you're going to pose this guy, be careful with how you move the shoulder pieces around right here, because they do move up inside the shoulder joint there. They do move in, and they kind of move back and forth. So it's probably why there's going to be rubbing there. So just be careful with that. Show the accessories off real quick. Here is his yelling face. It's painted up, looks real nice. From what I can tell, there's no real I'm trying to think of the word to say, well, except for right there, but that'll be covered up by his head. There's no real deficiencies that I can see in these heads. That's what I'm trying to say. Here's his smiling, I'm gonna get your face. As you can see, it's painted up really well as well. Comes with 2 other sets of hands. Some very wide hands, very wide splayed hands, and the gonna get your grabby hands. I'll show what these look like on the figure. Now, as most of you should know, SH Figuarts basically remove the front of the hairpiece to get to the head. Take the head off just like that, and you can see how it's attached in there. I'll show the movement off later on in the review, but just looks like a I want to say a dumbbell joint up in the neck and the head. It doesn't get a whole lot movement back. It's basically all you get right there. And That's another area where rubbage can occur as well. Right here around the neck, and probably around the hair, rubbing against the back. But anyways, getting to the face. Just put the face on just like this. Line the pegs for the hair back up. Oh, upside down. And now you've got him yelling. Do the same for the other face. Oh, there. And now you have a happy Broly. I guess you can call him happy. Happy about to put his foot into some Goku and Vegeta. Anyway, the hands just pop right off. Go on just like this. And they stay on there pretty well. Here's his grabby hand. So splayed out hands, grabby hands. They look pretty nice on him. They don't look too big for the body. They look like they fit in. Go back to his fists. And then we'll get into the articulation. Okay, articulation for this guy. His head, he can only look back that far, which doesn't look like he's looking back at all, but he's got that much forward movement just using the head and the neck. But if you put the joint in the neck along with the head, he can actually move forward and look down past his chin or past his chest. The head only goes back that far, so. But it's not like he needs to look up at anybody. He's one of the taller SH Figuarts you can get. Shoulders, nice butterfly joint, move in, back, and like I said, it's got a little bit of rotation or a little bit of movement up and down, as well as some forward, front and back. Just remember the rubbing that will happen from doing that. Shoulders go up this far. Really good movement, especially when you're using the joint there. Doesn't go very far forward when you have his arms up like this, but when you do bring his arms down, you can get him into a defensive pose as well as a ready to fight pose. Got an upper bicep rotation. Double jointed arm for as big as it is. You don't get the full range of motion, but you know, it's because he's got some big arms. His hands move, rotate full all the way around. Get a little bit of in and out, a little bit of up and down, not much. The upper torso, get a little bit of movement side to side, not much forward, a good bit back. Especially when you use the waist, you get a good bit back. Using the lower torso or the abdomen as well as the upper torso, you get a little bit forward, but not much. But like I said, he's a big character. He'll be looking down at people more than he'll be looking up. This is all of a solid piece here, but it's nice pliable rubber, so you can get the legs moving. The back piece though is its own separate piece, and it's attached with a hinge here that actually goes inside the top of his butt, as you can see. So that way you can get some flowing movement, some flying poses, maybe running poses out of him. Like I said, it's pliable. The legs can go out this far. That doesn't hinder, the skirt doesn't hinder the movement at all. Legs can go forward a good bit. For such a big guy, you can kick pretty high up. Legs go back all the way. And as you can see, he's on the new 2.0 fighting body. Got the new leg joints there. He's got a little, well, not a little, he's got a good bit upper thigh rotation. Double jointed knees, but because his calves and his thighs are so big, you don't get the full range. The ankles go back that far, forward a little bit, and the toe bend goes almost all the way up. Because of the way it's cut, it doesn't go totally flat, but that's enough so you can get some decent poses out of them, if you can get them to stand anyways. All in all, this is a really nice figure. I'm glad I was able to get it from GameStop for a decent price, and to get it before all the scalpers started buying them up and increasing the price on them. But got some effects that I'm going to use whenever I do eventually get everything all posed up and on the shelf, and then I'll show it again. I know this is probably not a very good review, but like I said, it's been a while since I posted one. I wanted to get one posted before, and you can see a little bit more of that waist joint there. But I wanted to get one done up so I can get it worked out and possibly posted either before I went on this training or while I was gone, or at least get a whole bunch of them ready so when I come back I can just throw up review after review after review. So there's my quick and not too great review for the SH Figuarts Legendary Super Saiyan Broly. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, subscribe if you feel so inclined to do so, and have a good day. Before I leave, I do remember saying I would do a size comparison. So here he is with Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan Gogeta, which I'll do a review of next. And as you can see, he is roughly 1.5 times the size of Gogeta.